Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Ringside. You know what it is. It's Thursday, June 8th, and we have an amazing show. First of all, if you can't beat them, join them. The PGA and LIV Golf are merging. Can you believe that crap? After all the conversations been going on? Man.
Denver Nuggets trampled the Miami Heat last night in Game 3. Will the Heat rise again in Game 4?
Guess what? Gervonta Davis' trainer, Calvin Floyd, has named Devin Haney as the next fight that they want. Tank wants Devin Haney because he saw what he did last time against Lomachenko. And he's like, yeah, let me get some of that. If that doesn't happen, a rematch with Cruz could be on the horizon. I don't know if he won that smoke. Oh, Cruz gave him the business. All right. We're going to bring out boxing experts, Lamont Roach Sr., Lamont Roach Jr., DMV finest into the game. You know what it is. Stay tuned. Let's go. What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode.
Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now.
There's only this because in boxing, one punch can change it, no matter who you are, no matter how good you are.
I love her because she from the hood though. From the hood though. She like really from the hood.
Loose make you feel fine. Talking about busting loose.
That Stott said Nate will never live that down. No, he won't. But it's not about, it's about how he gets up.
They doing that. They doing that Wakanda scene when they was just like,
It's about your heart because you can get knocked down so many times and people can make fun of you, but it's about their resilience. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to Ringside today with Ray and Prince. You already know where we look to educate you, entertain you, and empower you. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you share this channel with the people that you care about. Ray, what's going on, baby?
Man, I'm telling you, it's all too much that's happening right now. We got the education of the UFC. We got a lot of action in boxing. We got a lot of action in all different sports right now. But about the Tank Davis, his trainer, Calvin Ford, has named Devin Haney as the fight he wants for Tank next. So, like, if you see somebody have a bad outing, of course you're going to say, like, yeah, I want him next. Instead of somebody that came in and just knocked somebody out. But you talk about Lomachenko. Lomachenko came in and he had a great fight. He had a great fight plan. So, I man, now if it happens, it would include the undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF, WBO, I be me, you be me, lightweight world titles on the line. And Tank said, he's like, if this don't happen with my man Haney, then I'll go up against Isaac Cruz again. Ryan Garcia versus Rolly in September. If they can put it together, who you got for this one? I mean, Rolly, like they said, Rolly is the biggest trash talker. He can sell a fight, but can he actually fight?
Ooh, look, Rolly has an unorthodox style, man. And I think if he gets close to you and he fights his fight, then he can probably win. I felt that the last fight was a bit superficial in terms of what the referee did, how he stopped the fight early. So they just kind of gave him the fight. I think it's out with the old and in with the new. So they're kind of ushering all these younger fighters into the game now. But when it comes to Ryan Garcia, I think he's a bit more sound. He has his learning curve and his experience where after he fought Tank, he felt some type of way. So now he has a new team. And so now he's going to come with a different mindset and he's going to be a little bit focused. So I think Ryan Garcia can take this fight, but I'm not going to count out Rolly. But if I had to choose one, I'll go with Garcia.
Ooh, wait. I mean, they saying Ryan Garcia is a half a step away from Jake Paul. Like they kept saying that he was an internet fighter, even though Ryan Garcia came up through the game and he did his thing. But the whole take on him was he's an internet fighter. Rolly is a made up figure. So we gonna actually see what happens, man, because it's the boxing game is changing quickly. I'm old school. I love the old school fighters. Palmer Park, Sugar Ray in the gym, Round One. All the old school. Seabrook, Seacrest. All the old school boxing gyms, man. Hillcrest Gym. Those are the ones that I represent and respect. And so I beat you on the trivia last week because I talked about the Crunk Gym in Detroit too. So like there's some gyms that around the way. that's gonna be tight. Gonna bring some folks in here. Right, so I don't know Ryan Garcia from any of those gyms. So but I give him his respect because he anybody steps in the ring, they get that respect, man.
Well, yeah, like I said, I told you I got Ryan on this one. I think if he can add a little bit more to his game and that experience that he had from Gervonta Davis, then I think he can pull this win out. But it's gonna be a good one because you have two fighters with two different styles, so we're gonna see what's gonna happen on that, man. What about the super fight of the decade, man, with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr.? Who you got, Ray? I know last week that you said that you're holding off on your pick, so have you decided yet?
I'm gonna continue to give you this. I'm gonna give you, the fact that Bud Crawford has been phenomenal on how he approaches the game. Nobody gave him a chance. He started late in the game, and he's a lefty, southpaw that had to figure it out and had to hustle his way through the game to build his name up.
Yeah.
Which in boxing is tough to do because the audience is fickle sometimes. They don't respect sometimes what the folks do and all the things that these cats put into work. Right. So with that being said, I was there with Errol Spence in the Olympics in 2012. So I know what Errol brings to the table. I know he's strong. He's gonna fight. He's gonna bring the game. He's gonna battle.
Yeah.
They keep calling this a super fight. I think, is it? Yeah, it is a super fight.
I know last week you had your rant, man, and you were just like, they're trying to compare it to your dad and Hagler. But I think it's a super fight of this decade, man. And we already had some professionals that already picked. Canelo he picked Terrence Crawford. Usyk picked Terrence Crawford. Antonio Tarver picked.
So I ask you this though: what's on the line? Is it really on the line about respect, about who's the best, or is it on the line about whose O has to go? Like what's on the line for this fight?
I think it's who's the best.
So for Marvin Hagler, he said if he lost to my father, then he was like, man, you know what? I ain't fighting no more. He left the game. That's super fight business right there, right? Like,
right.
No, it's so bad. If I lose, I ain't fighting no more.
Right. No, you're right.
That's why I keep saying. That's what my rant was about last week. Is that kind of pressure on either one of these cats? If they lose, they can come back, fight 3 or 4 times, 2 or 3 times against each other.
Right.
And but what is really on the line? Is it that much? I'm not ranting today.
I'm not sure exactly, but we're gonna see, man. Look, I know we're talking about boxing and those fights. They some ways away right now. But however, there's some big UFC fights happening this weekend, and some big implications. So let's jump right into that. I know we got UFC 289 that's happening this weekend. We got some fights to watch. Make sure everybody tune in this weekend. We got Amanda Nunes fighting Irene Aldana.
Yes, that's the Mexican game. They say they're trying to go 4 for the Mexican champions. But you fighting Amanda Nunes, Prince. Come on, man. Nunes is a whole different game.
You already know, man. So I think Nunes, she's gonna come in there. She's considered the GOAT. Everybody know that she can go toe to toe. She had lost her title in 21, right? And then she recaptured it in 2022. So that just shows you her heart, her tenacity, her will to win. And, she's going to give Aldana a little something.
But she lost to a boxer puncher. Somebody that had a little better stand-up than her. And so I think, she may be in for different things. Aldana is like she has a whole nother thought processing game. And if you ever fought a Mexican fighter,
Yeah.
You know they ain't gonna back down, dog. They is not backing down. But I got Nunez though. I got Nunez winning.
Yeah, I do as well, man. I think she's gonna pull it out. It's gonna be a good fight this weekend. You know, she's a favorite 3-1. Make sure y'all tune in to the UFC 289. And now on the men's side, we got Charles Oliveira versus Benil Dariush. You got Oliveira. He's a former lightweight champion. You know, considered the most competitive in the UFC. And so he holds the records for the most submissions. So he all about choking people out, getting them to tap out. So we're gonna see how he's gonna do. Now you got Dariush. He's been around for a minute fighting. So what do you think about that, Ray? You think he's gonna come through?
Man, no. I mean, Charles Oliveira, like he is an underdog in this fight. Dariush has been a dark horse for a long time in the division, but I mean, Oliveira, like he had probably one of the most deadly runs in all of UFC. He was submitting everybody that he went up against, either submitting them or knocking them out. And so when you go up against a cat like that, he's always dangerous. And then on the other side is that no, he came off a devastating loss. And so it's always about how do you respond from that when you come back? How do you respond from that kind of situation?
Yeah.
But Dariush, like he's had a nice little run too. He's winning 8 straight. He's very awkward. He has a very awkward style. He likes to be on his feet.
I got Oliveira, man. You know, I do, man. I just think that it's that submission, that quick submission it's lights out, game over. No, you know, like we saw John Jones do it to the French fighter, and you know you expect for people to go and bang, but right away they just choke them out. So I'm gonna go with Oliveira. That's who I got, man.
Man, but you know Dariush is from Iran, so like he don't have no quit in him, and he wants to go out and show that he is a bad man, that he is the fighter that everybody needs to see, that he's the big boys.
Man, I'm with you on that, man. Again, I just think, you know, Oliveira, he's gonna come in to do his thing, and anybody that can win on the ground, I'm gonna bring it down to my level and I'm gonna choke you out, you know. But anything can happen at any moment in time. You can get into somebody's head and you can say, "Hey, let's stand up and let's box." You know, you're a coward, or you trying to get down on the ground. That's all you can do. Like fight me like a real man. You know, take somebody out of their game, and then after that, man, you know, you lose focus, and then you want to prove your point and start trying to show the man what you made of. We got our man Fredo. He coming in. If y'all don't know who he is, Ray will tell you real quick.
Man, Fredo Cervantes has been the beat reporter, journalist for Los Angeles Lakers, for the Sparks, and everything that is California. He's almost like Rain Man with basketball, like with the knowledge and stuff that he brings it to the table.
We're gonna talk about this NBA. These two powerhouse teams, they duking it out. I feel like Miami is the underdog. You know, I think this series is looking really good. So let's bring in our man. You do the honors, Ray.
Fredo Cervantes, my man Fredo. Welcome to the show, young man.
What's up, man? How you guys doing over there?
Man, we good, baby. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good over here. You know, beautiful LA. It's nice and sunny out here. It's amazing.
You already know, man.
So first off, Fredo, I gotta go. You know, before we even get into the current finals, I gotta ask you about the future of the Los Angeles Lakers and what happened in that last series, because they got jokered and they got murdered. So what happened?
Yeah, man. So you know, one of the things I noticed, it has to do with coaching, man. I mean, when you get to that level, I mean, the first round is good. Second round is getting better. But the third round is the hardest one because that's the level, that's the last round you need to win in order to make it to the NBA Finals, which there are lots of teams that have never made it to that round. And nothing against Darvin Ham. He did a terrific job picking up the team after the trade deadline, you know, being able to get all the troops together, win as much as games that they needed to win in order to even make it into the play-in, let alone, you know, make it to the Western Conference Finals. So he did an amazing job, but I felt like there was, in all those 4 losses they had, there was a lot of moments within each game that the Lakers had a chance to win that game. They had chance. I mean, maybe not game 4, because game 4 it just seems like they were all shut out already. Like they were like, okay, I'm ready for Cancun. Who's coming? And it was. I mean, that's how they were playing that game. It just seemed like it was an awful moment. I mean, one of the maybe worst losses in Laker playoff history, because I mean, yeah, we can look at the Detroit Pistons loss in 04, the Boston loss in 08, but the way they just kind of gave out in game 4, like I didn't really expect them to go out that way. But the Lakers have a lot to look forward to, especially with the news that kind of came out yesterday, where CP3 is going to be a free agent now. I mean, LeBron James has always said, hey, I want to play with that man before we both end our careers. And they're both right at the end of their careers. And the Lakers need a good point guard. And, the Lakers deserve the opportunity to give Chris Paul his Laker jersey that they made for him back in 2011 when they acquired him for like 8 hours, So it's like that jersey is still somewhere down there to be picked up by Chris Paul. So, I mean, I do like the possibility of Chris Paul possibly coming to the Lakers and making something happen with LeBron James and having that leadership from Chris Paul that he brings. But the Lakers might be okay if they don't do anything stupid, because when we talk about maybe something stupid, it's maybe getting rid of D'Angelo Russell and the young guys, Vanderbilt, and even Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. I mean, because you got to look at the money difference. So that's where Rob Pelinka, the GM of the Lakers, is really going to have to be like, okay, what am I going to do?
How about get rid of Anthony Davis?
No.
Hey, man. Hey, Ray, I'm on your boat, man. I was saying this the other day. I'm like, Anthony Davis is someone who's giving the Lakers 40-some games a season when the season's 82. The season's 82 games plus playoffs. And you're only going to be putting in half of the work and getting a paycheck that is like ridiculous out there. I mean, I'm a guy that's like right now, hey, it's either you trade AD for Damian Lillard in Portland, or you trade AD to maybe Boston, because Boston's trying to get rid of Jaylen Brown. And I love that, man. Jaylen Brown out in Boston, he's a good guy. Young, very young, can give you 25 points any given night. And that's a young man that you can maybe put next to LeBron James and some other guys who kind of pass the torch onto him and kind of teach him a few things. But I think, it is time to get rid of AD, man. Hey, let's get AD's bags ready. Send his ass out.
Send AD out. Let's bring Dwight Howard back from Taiwan and put him down in the paint and let him play his role. But he has some shooters outside to play with LeBron. LeBron gave you 31 on in the first half of the 4th game. He said, look, I don't want to go get swept. And then nobody else wanted to help. Nobody else want to play. Like, you got some suckers on the LA Lakers, man. There's some suckers on there playing. For me, like Hachimura, he came from Washington. So I got to give Hachimura because he was playing his tail off. Austin Reeves came in. He was just giving what he gave, Yeah. So, like, you got a nucleus. But you got to get rid of the nuclear bomb.
Who's in trouble after last night's game from here on out? What's your take on it, Fredo?
I mean, going into game 1, I was looking at this series. I'm like, okay, Miami has been playing hella good, hella crazy. I don't know where they got that momentum from after beating Milwaukee, New York, and in Boston. And then now getting a heavy hitter like the Nuggets. And the Nuggets seem to kind of got a little relaxed in the 3rd round against us. They kind of just walked through us, and they kind of felt like they were the heavy favorites. But going into that game, I was like, okay, I think Nuggets are going to have it. Then after game 2, I was like, wait a second. I think Miami has something to say. But then after game 3 last night, I'm like, wait a second. I don't think Miami has something to say. So I feel that this series might go 7 games. I feel like every game is going to be like, it's going to be the Joker. And it's going to be a Jimmy Butler game and another Joker game, or maybe Michael Porter Jr., because Michael Porter has been pretty soft in the first 3 games. So that's a guy that really needs to step up for Denver in order for Denver to really play to the highest that they normally play. Yeah. Michael Porter Jr. needs to play very good, and he hasn't lately so far. And as well as Bruce Brown for the Nuggets. Bruce Brown has been a little slow there. But Miami is really waiting on Tyler Hero. Like, once Tyler Hero, if he is good to play at least maybe game 5 or 6 or 7. They might give him a chance, but right now it seems like his wrist is still kind of hurting him. He's still very sore from, breaking it a few weeks ago. So it's going to be pretty tough for Tyler Hero. But right now, if I have to lean on the team right now, I will lean on the Nuggets, especially just because the way they looked last night. I mean, the Joker's he's a joke, man. It's like, yeah, we've seen other players play that good, but for him to do this at this level and breaking all these records that are like, yeah, not records from like an Andrew Bynum kind of player, but we're talking about Wilt and Bill Russell and Hakeem and
Larry
Shaq.
Bird.
Yeah, like guys like these. It's like, okay, Joker, now I see you. Now I feel like, hey, man, the NBA needs to go over to Philadelphia, get that MVP trophy they gave to Joel Embiid, and take it to Denver and give it to the man that deserved it, because I felt like they just didn't want to give it to him and win 3 in a row, which that is something that no one has ever done. But he deserves that freaking MVP. I don't think Joel, the way he crumbled down against Boston, being up 3-2 in the series and then losing the next 2, that's not MVP type material right there.
Man, I'm with you on that. Look, Fredo, we got to roll because we got to keep the show going, man. But
yes,
make
sir.
sure that everybody catches Game 4, the NBA Finals, the Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat, June 9th. That's 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, man. Fredo, we would love to have you back on.
Go follow Fredo. Go follow Fredo for his insight, man. The young man has it going on. So appreciate you, Fredo.
Yes, no problem, guys. I appreciate you guys.
Man, thank you so much, man. Have a great one.
You guys too, man.
All right. I think Denver is gonna beat them up, but Miami is always gonna come back with a nice little uppercut.
I wanted to get to the PGA and the LIV situation.
Man, look. I'll tell you this. Sometimes you can be too loyal. Well, you know what? On my post, I said that Tiger Woods was too loyal to the PGA, and that's probably wasn't his mindset. His mindset was probably like Lionel Messi. Like, I ain't gonna be owned by the Saudi Arabians. You can't pay me that amount of money. I'm already making a lot of money, so like I'm cool, right? Tiger was the first billionaire golfer. I'm pretty sure Tiger Woods is just like, nah, I got money. I don't need to do that. You throw $800 million in my face, like that's just gonna create more problems for me. If this crazy merger between the PGA and LIV Golf, it's going down. It's causing some controversy for a lot of people. So let's hop right into it, right? Let's talk about that, man, because I know you've been ready to talk about it. Me too, man.
Yeah. So, the PGA commissioner, Mr. Monahan, came out 2 years ago talking all this noise about the LIV Golf Tournament. And if you don't know about the LIV Golf Tournament, it's Saudi Arabia controlled, and they just kind of came out the woodworks and said, we throwing all this money behind. We want to have it controlled. We want to add music. We want to add energy to it. But there was a whole big thing about the human rights violations and from Saudi Arabia. And so the issue is that the PGA was going to be the wholesome space. That no, we're not going to go against our 9/11 families. We're not going to go against the issues like Jamal Khashoggi, the journalist that was murdered over there, and we're never going to give in. But guess what happened? The PGA decided to create their OnlyFans and merge with the LIV Golf Tournament because the money was too good. We can't go against this. And then now you try to come back and say, hey, you know what? So you see what happened is that the dollars was not making sense. So the cents made dollars. And now the PGA Monahan to appear have just become a more paid Saudi Arabian shield. They're taking billions of dollars to cleanse the Saudi Arabian reputation to the Americans.
Let me say this, man. Everything is for sale. Who was that? Phil Mickelson? Everybody chastised him. The commissioner said that, they're running out of money. They had to tap into their reserves to pay for certain things. And so the Saudi Arabia is able to provide something for them. What happens is they will keep complete control of the PGA. You got the PGA, which is a nonprofit, and now LIV Golf. They are a for-profit business that's owned by a public investment fund, and so like they're just trying to figure out how they
public investment fund that's Saudi Arabian government backed.
Yes.
The Saudi Arabian government.
Look, money talks, man. And so right now, like I said, everything is for sale. And since they got money, they buying up everything. They got oil money. That oil money is never going anywhere. And the price just went up, man. You see how high gas prices are? Come on, man. Get out of here with that rinky-dink stuff out of my face, man. Look, if they throwing money at people and you can pay your bills and you can live the life that you want to live, I'm like Phil Mickelson. I'm sitting back like, you know what? This don't even sound that bad. Now I can have my cake and eat it too. This whole thing of them merging, it's all about the Benjamins. And I feel that PGA, they went back on their word. Yes, the commissioner did. You know, it's politics, man. Wherever there's politics, there's money. And so right now, Saudi Arabia got the money. They're going to buy up some NFL teams. They're looking to get soccer players as well. When it comes to business, everything is nefarious, you know? So I'm just going to, that's my take on it. I'm leaving it at that. So look, I want to make sure that everybody gets empowered right now because we need to bring on our guests. They've been waiting for a very long time. We have a father and son duo. I don't know if y'all know, but it's Coach Lamont Roach Jr. and Sr. Jr. will be fighting Hector Garcia this summer for the WBA super featherweight title. So I want everybody to scoot in close to your screens and witness greatness at its finest. In our opinion, this is the best father and son duo. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring them on, man. What's going on?
How you feeling, Chance?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
Gotta have my DMV duos out here, man, and especially when you see a father and son duo that's doing their thing together, man. It's always tough on one side, but on the other side, you know, it's
that's my son, man. He said, "What's up?"
Nobody gonna tell you. Nobody gonna tell you right like your pops. So what is it like? What is it like being a father son duo in a boxing game? For Lamont Senior, you can go first, and Junior, you can go after that.
Well, it feels good, you know what I'm saying, because it's your own. I get them, but Lamont Senior, Junior has been the one that's been boxing the longest in the program, so he helped me and my late cousin Bernard Roach at the time, build the brand No Excuse. So you know, it's part of him as well as it's part of me, and just fun to see him grow and do something they love to do and chase their dreams. And I'm just happy to be part of the journey.
I love it, and I see you got my pops in the background, so I appreciate that. And so
Yeah.
for me, it was always, you know, so I didn't go into pro boxing, but it was nerve wracking when I was watching my father in the ring. What's it like for you, Lamont Jr., when you in the ring and knowing that your pops is in your corner?
I don't know. It's just so natural to me. It's been like that for so long, so I necessarily don't think of it that way. When I'm in there, man, it feel natural. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just we on a mission and we gonna complete the mission. We in there together.
Nice. I love that. Look, man, how do you balance that relationship with your dad? When you know, if some days you want to go hard and he tell you to pull back, how do y'all create that balance or find that balance within life?
If I could start, I just feel like I think we got the blueprint. I'm not saying you know what I'm saying, we perfect, but we perfect for each other. I mean, we understand the game, and we understand where we are in our career, and always understood where we were in our careers, far as me being an amateur, transitioning to professional, transitioning from just starting to contender and contender to world title challenger. You know, we always knew what was necessary to complement each other.
I love it. What about you, Dad?
You know, it's not easy, you know, because it is sometimes, you know, you're a father, then you're a coach, you're mentor, you wear so many different hats. But I know when to take that hat off, and I know when to be a coach, know when to be a father. It's just that he know. Sometimes I have to say certain things. Look at, he already know what I want, or we know good, good bond. So we know when to turn that switch on and off. We know that life after boxing is more important anyway, so we never gonna really fall out over no boxing because that's just part of the journey. But first and foremost, y'all father and son.
Man, I love that. I love that energy because a lot of times it gets lost as here that this is the business of boxing. This is the business of what we do, but it's not who we are. And so, the interesting thing without giving out all the the scoop on what's going on, you got a fight coming up. Hector Garcia, tough cat, the championship fight. Training camp is always a space where you got to be able to work. You got to be able to figure things out. And you have things and rules that go into place while you're in training camp to make sure that you stay on point and ready to get to where you are. So, are there any rules during training camp or any things that you guys have to follow to say, okay, here, I need to be at my best at this point in time from 6 weeks, 8 weeks out to get to this fight and be at the best of my level of performance?
When I say we in camp mode, he already know. We locked in, we focused, and we ain't going out, we ain't doing nothing because, like I said, greatness takes sacrifice. You got to sacrifice to be great. This ain't no ordinary sport. So you want to train and get the best out you can do while you're in it, and you got to take it very serious. But once we in camp mode, we turn. He know to transform and lock all the way in.
So senior serious about that. I know. Yeah, I know you got your young man in there, Lamont. So I put this question I always ask is before the fight. You said no females. Is that a rule with you too?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, they know what's up. I mean, everybody know what's up. Even if they don't, they gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? Like this is me. This is my life. This is my business. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that can't ever interfere. That's the last thing that will interfere with what I got going on.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Yeah.
that, man.
So we had Zab on a few weeks ago, Zab Jr. And one of his big things, he's like you don't play boxing. You got to be locked in 100%. So
Right,
can you
definitely.
both tell us about that thought process? Because I don't think that the average fan understands about the commitment that has to go into. You stay in the ring. You can't call timeout. You mano a mano against another person, and whatever happened, you gotta be prepared for whatever goes down.
Like you said, you can't play boxing, so it's just like you said, the average fan they think, well, oh, I just gotta go to the gym and I'll be ready. Nah, man, it's one thing. It's more mental than it is physical, honestly. Especially when you're in them training camps, you gotta think. You got a regimen every day for about 2 months in a row, 8 weeks straight. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's that mental that drives you to go to the gym 2 times, 3 times a day to do what you're supposed to do, to get in shape, to get in the best shape of your life to complete your mission. And some people don't have it. Some people be like, man, I don't feel like it. Or especially, the average Joe, they gonna be like, they go to one session and be like, man, I gotta do this 2 times. I gotta do this 3 times a day. I gotta go back tomorrow. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. And so it's, what I'm saying? It's definitely not for everyone. And the guys that it is for, I commend them because, I'm the one in that field and I know what it takes. I know what it takes to get to the level where I'm at right now, and then right now I'm performing what it takes to be a champion. So I gotta step it up even more, and I have been doing that. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's gonna pay off.
Ooh, man, look, man, the confidence is high. Everything is great. Look, I love the father and son duo. I mean, like Pops did his job. Pops, man, hats off to you. Are there any lessons that you can pass down to our audience?
Chase your dreams. It can work. Just like you said, with discipline and sacrifice on both parts. Not only with him, like I said, I got another son. Saying that's in the sport at a high level, ranked #1 amateur, chasing Olympic right now. He just named Jordan Roach. He just came back from Czech Republic, brought a bronze medal home.
Mm.
He's vying for that spot at 112 for the USA team. So it's tough. It's tough, what I'm saying? Because they are, you watching them daily, you watching them train hard, and you watch them get in the ring, you watching them compete, and it's a battle. And saying when they step on that first step going to the ring, it's a chance, say it's not always promised that you can come out the ring, saying you got to accept the sport that you in, You got to train hard. You got to be just as committed as the fighter to the sport, not just doing it for likes or anything like that. If you're going to take it serious, try to learn, keep learning, and just follow your dreams. It could work.
Love it, Pops. Love it, man. He's doing it.
Well, I'm looking forward to coming home and celebrating with y'all after this fight.
Look, man, we got to run, but we want to tell you thank you for being on the show. We'd look to have you back, Junior. We don't give out good lucks. We just remind you to just continue to be great, like real talk. No excuses. Just be great. Be great in everything that you do, and show that gratitude, man, and just have a good time.
Keep the energy. Yeah, we're gonna put it up here where they can follow y'all and find you, and then you get a whole bunch of new supporters.
Thank you so much, Pops. Thank you so much, Junior. Y'all keep it up. Keep being great. We appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
All right, fellas, we see y'all. Look, Prince, when you see your father and son duo out there that are doing their thing, you know it ain't easy. No. And any kind of parent duo, whether it's father, son, father, daughters, like we have different expectations of our kids. And when we see it, we feeling it in a different way. So, I appreciate it, understand it when you're able to work together with somebody that raised you from this high, from zero, and able to say, okay, here, I got the respect of still leaning in. Man, that's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, man, because, we saw with Floyd Mayweather and his dad, how they had fell out. They had went through it, and he leaned upon his uncle more so, and then they rekindled the relationship later on in life. But it's just cool to see how fluid and smooth the relationship can be if everybody just maintains their level of respect in their roles, man. So that's a beautiful thing. It's great to see something like that, man. Shout outs to the Roaches, man.
Here's my words of wisdom, right? So you stand above the ropes. So there's certain things ethically that you have to stand for and represent. So if I say there's no way that you're going to date my daughter, there's no way you're going to date my daughter. I'm not folding on that situation, no matter what you bring to the table. So when someone says that I couldn't turn down the finances of it, that is unethical. And if you are basing your whole thing on the ethical relationship or your ethical moral situation and who you are, then I can't roll with you because you don't have any ethics at all. If you are going to say here, there is a capital situation that changes what your actual view is, then I'm not for it. Now, if you give me different information that changes my view, then okay, I can have a conversation and think about that. But there are certain things that are unapologetic, unequivocal that I am not going for. So no matter what you bring to the table, how much money you talking about, F you. So PGA Tour, I don't know the whole situation, so I'm gonna leave that little bit of piece of door open, but F you.
Look, man, growing up, I didn't really understand business and how it worked. And from a personal standpoint, I know we have different opinions when it comes to business and when it comes to personal stuff. And I feel that you're speaking from a personal point of view. But when it comes to business, anything goes. I've seen people get messed over. People lack integrity. There's no ethics when it comes to business. And business is nefarious. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. I understand what they're doing. They're going after the money. Like I said, everything is for sale, right? So that's my take on it. I understand what's happening, but that's a personal thing that you're speaking about, and I don't agree.
No, it's not a personal thing. It's personal because they said it was personal, and they said it was ethical and personal, and the basis of who they were as an organization. And so that's why I said it's personal in that standpoint. Because if this is who you are, then this is who you got to be. Like don't present to me somebody that you ain't, and then go back and do it. And you see Lionel Messi, they can give him $400 million a year to come over to Saudi Arabia. I love Saudi Arabia. I've been over there multiple times, and You know, the most of the people are phenomenal. I don't always agree with the government situation and how that functions. Just like I don't agree with it here in the States sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be about it and be what you say, be about what you say, man.
I'm with you on that. Be about what you say. Look, y'all. Look, my thing is, my words of wisdom, I want you to remind yourself to practice more meditation and mindfulness, so you can become mindful when a great opportunity comes your way. Because sometimes we need to have that 30,000 feet above ground altitude view, so we can see the forest and the trees. So just remind yourself of the things that you're going through. Take that time out to really reflect on it, and then create a different vantage point, so that way you can see what's going on. You can see all your options. You can see the macro view and the micro view. So that's my words of wisdom. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, and you share this channel with the people that you care about. And Ray, we out, man.
Man, peace, power.
I feel like busting loose.